remember the day when I got the phone call from my husband that Holly had been in a car collision and that she had a severe brain injury and that we needed to get to the hospital immediately. Holly's doctor came to me. She'd been in the hospital, I think about 24 hours. They'd done numerous tests. He told me that the prognosis was not good and that her brain was dying and that he was going to do more tests and we would have those results the next day. And then he asked me, had I ever considered her being an organ donor? I remember feeling just numb. It was almost like somebody had slapped me in the face. I didn't understand what he was saying. I couldn't fathom of how, in my mind, he was her neurosurgeon, he was going to save her, but now he was asking me, could he use her organs? I didn't really understand a lot of the terminology, but I did know that organ donation meant our daughter's death. I just said, no, that's not what I want. I need you to do everything you possibly can to save her life. And I felt a disconnect. I felt I'd lost trust in him. I really did believe that a miracle was going to happen. I really had all my faith and trust in her neurosurgeon, because it was just 19 months earlier that her sister Kirsty had been killed instantly in a car collision. And part of me was thinking, this cannot be happening again. There's got to be something's got to give. And later that night, I was with my husband and close friends and family. And almost like in defiance, I had a little red organ donor card. It was the older type that I used to carry with my driver's license. We were all registered donors. And I tore it up into little pieces and threw it in the trash. And everybody went very, very quiet. Luckily, I had a few more days with Holly. You know, I sort of needed that perfect proof. And I think I was very blessed and lucky to be able to sit there with Holly. I held her hand and I really said to her, what do you want? I remember one night Holly came to me. It was a few weeks before Christmas and she just got married. And she said to me, Mom, I want you to sit down and watch this movie with me. So we sat down and the movie's called Dragonfly with Kevin Costner. And what really touched Holly's heart was that she was studying to be a pediatric nurse. The love of her life is children. She had a real passion for children. And watching that movie really touched her. And after the movie, she said to me, Mom, wouldn't it be incredible to save someone's life? And I said, yes, it would. And I remember this picture popped into my mind so clearly, a dragonfly. And I remember hearing Holly's words, wouldn't it be incredible to save someone's life? And it was at that point I thought about donation. So I've often thought back of, what if I stuck to my decision? What if I was stubborn and angry and kept to what I'd said? Because, you know, I'd stuck my neck out. I tore my donor card up in front of all my family. How was I going to look now? But something played on my heart. I know that God spoke to me. I think when families are in that much pain, you've got to be really careful who approaches them. It's definitely not that I'm against the approach, because I believe that's necessary. I think it's just important who does that.